And I'm like, why my messages not sending? Did he unmatch me?
After I posted that story, he was so annoyed with me. He basically told me that he doesn't do guy best friends with the girl that he's speaking to.
And if we dating the same man, I don't give a damn. Don't come over here telling me.
Is anyone dating to marry anymore? Like, I'm trying to date to marry.
I am done connecting with people, building with people, experiencing people.
Relationships, no dating, just me. Not because I was on some healed, empowered queen journey.
Pull men down, took two out the game. Why should you get the man with no kids? Baby, leave somebody for us. This guy on Hinge, and we've been talking pretty much all day. And this morning, he texted me. He said, "Have a great day at work. I'm off today, and I'm about to have some fun," or something like that. I was like, oh, he's giving energy. I went to respond. My messages wasn't delivering. Mind you, I never respond at the same moment to anybody on Hinge. I always wait. I went to respond immediately because I felt like he was coming with energy, and my messages didn't send. And I'm like, why my messages not sending? Did he unmatch me? Lo and behold, I was unmatched.
Rightfully so. She waited for a spark. She waited for a deeper connection. You showed him, I'm not into you. Right? That's what you showed him. Now, they do this continuously and wonder why men are not going for that any longer. Like, what happens is girls are sitting around acting like pretty princesses. Men want girls that show energy themselves, right? If he shows you energy by contacting you first. I know what's on their dating apps. That's really all men are giving now. So you're getting that, and then you're not reciprocating. Bye-bye. That's what the man showed you.
Relationships, no dating, just me. Not because I was on some healed, empowered queen journey. I was in survival mode. Let me explain. I got divorced in 2014 after 3 years of being separated. By the time it was finalized, I was broke, exhausted, and just trying to keep my life from falling apart. My focus was paying bills, keeping my kid fed, and honestly, just surviving. I was also in a situationship, and that man broke down everything I liked about myself. I thought love was about proving I was worth choosing, and when I finally walked away, I hit my lowest point. And that's when I made my first attempt at dating again, in my completely unhealed era. Spoiler alert, it was a hot mess. Part 2 coming. How long have you stayed single after a breakup? And be honest. Drop your answers in the comments. Bye.
Something insightful. Well, it was very insightful. She said she was in a situationship and then tried dating again. So you didn't tell us what happened in dating. I'm sure it was a failure because why did you get with the situationship in the first place? Answer me that. Riddle me that. Right? And men have figured it out. Men already know so many situations females are getting into, and it just doesn't make sense to men anymore. The consequences are finally showing up of your actions. It's many years later, but with this new generation of men, how they hold females accountable. And they're feeling it. But watch what females are doing.
Well, so one of my friends that I grew up with just got engaged, and she sent me the details for her save the date. And I was thinking about it, and majority of my friends from my formative childhood years are engaged, and I grew up in a predominantly white suburb. Whereas my friends from undergrad, my early career, and right now in life in my 30s, majority of my Black women friends are single. And the two that are married to white men. All this is to say, it's very interesting to see how different races view marriage and where we are in a society, because everyone that I grew up with, it seems like right around the same time, they all found partners, settled down, went into long-term relationships.
Oh, here we go again.
And then again, within the same few years, all got engaged, married, and now the next few years are going to be moving out to the suburbs, like clockwork, everyone. And they see value in partnerships. They're like, yeah, I haven't done XYZ goals.
I wonder why.
But I know that I'm going to get it accomplished because I have my partner. Whereas my Black friends, most of us are single, and the few, when I have spoken to Black men anecdotally, it is more of a like solo, I need to build something on my own. I need to accomplish all these goals before I settle into a relationship, before I get married. And they don't see the like benefits of a marriage in the form of a partnership where I think other races do. And as someone who's mainly dating outside their race now, I've been on 3 first dates in the past month, and 2 out of those 3 dates, the guy has initiated the conversation about like, what are you looking for long term? Do you want kids? Are we compatible? And the first time it happened, I was kind of surprised. And upon thinking about it, when I got home, I was like, I don't think I've ever been on a date where on a first date, a Black man has been like, what are you looking for? What do you want? Are we on the same page? Majority of the time, I've had to be the one who's initiated those conversations. And sure, they've been receptive, but I've always initiated. And it's just nice talking to men who are more marriage-minded, men who do see the value in a marriage, in a partnership, and they see what it can bring to someone's life.
What people don't realize about Black men, I'll give an example. When I first started talking to my wife, that was the first thing we talked about. Now, that may not be the case with her, but with most, that's the case. What do I mean? I mean, you can't even think about bringing up marriage at all within the first couple of months, within the first year. When I first started talking to my wife, after 2 months, I was bringing it up. Why? Understand what's happening. It's sad because so many can't see what's happening. They can't see it, but it's right in front of your eyes. Look, all females that are smart know this. That have common sense know this, right? You ladies with hypergamy, also, you want what you want. And so with that being that way, men have had no choice but to try and play nonchalant. And that happens mostly in the Black community because that's the most who's being nonchalant. And guess who runs that? The Black familia, the Black females. I call them the familia. Seriously. Not you, but most. So men have to play accordingly.
I am done connecting with people, building with people, experiencing people for a short amount of time, for a temporary moment. I'm done with that. I'm actually in a place where I think I'm like done dating. Like, I don't want to date. I don't want to do this societal view of dating where everyone just dates and goes out and hangs out for fun because they're bored. I actually want to get to know someone. I actually want to be able to like someone. I'm just like, what the heck are we dating for? I'm very confused. So I don't want to date. I don't want to meet a man that's like, yo, I actually want to get to know you, Whitney. I really want to date you. Let's go. I want to really get to know you, Whitney. Like, come to me like that. I'm dating you. And if I'm being honest, I'm actually really bored. Like, I feel like I get really bored in the conversations that men have. I actually want to like talk about like real things. I just don't fit into the society.
Another one. What's happening is she's only dating Black men. Now, from the look of her, what happens is she's going through the same thing the last lady talked about. Why is it like this? Pretty much the same answer, but let's continue.
Except like men dating a bunch of women the same time as me. Like, I just want to meet one guy and connect with him and build with him, and then we'll figure out if we work out or not, and then we'll find someone else. I'm not a roster girl. I can't do it. When I like one person, I want to like him, and that's just me. And I feel like I don't fit into society's idea of dating, and I guess I really am just waiting for God to send the one that is for me, that actually agrees with me on that. Where's my tribe at? Do y'all agree with me? Let me know.
The thing is, men will wish, they would hope to believe you, but men can't seem to help to think that if it was always this way, if she was always this way, now I'll say this, a lot of females were always this way. So what happened in your past relationships? Why are you not married now? If that's what you are, why are you not married now? They don't realize the problems. But check this out. More and more saying it.
Hey y'all, things nobody asked for, but you know, I'm gonna give them to you anyway. So go back and watch her video for the full context. When you've been single for a while, and when you truly take the time to learn yourself energetically, and see the world for how it is, it's a big ball of energy, you realize that the world is full of energy vultures. People who are using other people to get that energy for them to basically funnel and make themselves better, to better themselves. And as far as when it comes to dating, when you determine and actually learn your power, and you learn your sexual power, you learn the energy that you give out, the way that you love and care for people, you become very protective of it. And you realize that, especially when it comes to romantic ships, relationships, that energy needs to be protected, it needs to be nurtured, it needs to be cared for.
Romantic ships. Romantic ships. Don't you mean situationships? Let's continue. I'll let it breathe for a little bit. I want to hear what else you got to say.
Stop really wanting meaningless relationships. You stop just wanting to be talking to somebody and in this, I don't know if we're together or not together phase, like you understand the power that you truly have. And there are so many people out here who are energy vultures, who will see people who love on a different level, who care on a different level, whose sex is like on a different level, and they will use that sexual energy to get into your life, to suck the life out of you, literally, to suck the energy from you so they can use it for themselves and go out and be whatever this person that they are to the world and not actually genuinely be themselves. I was in like a relationship situationship with somebody for about 3 years. And it took me a long time to really realize that I was loving somebody on a different scale that they weren't used to. And they were taking my energy and literally transferring it to themselves, that every time I was leaving them or they were leaving me, I felt so energetically drained. I felt like I didn't have anything left. And it really and truly made me open my eyes to how powerful like your sexual energy is. And it made me understand that casual sex is not for me. And being with somebody who is not committed to me fully is not for me. And if that means I'm going to be single for a while because my standards are up here and I know that I am the prize and I know that the energy that I give and the love that I give and the way that I am here and support somebody in my life is up here, then I will be single. And it is okay. Like, you have to get okay with being by yourself. You have to get okay and comfortable with loving yourself on a whole nother level and realizing that the energy that you put out to this world is something that most people do not get on a normal basis.
So you see, she said she was in a situationship. I'm sure the other lady kept jumping in situationships. You are victims of your own doing. Understand something, y'all. I say it all the time. Sex in the city. That's what all these girls got caught up in. Sex in the city. Feminism has ruined you, ladies. And I want to go over this real quick because I did my investigation, right? A romantic ship is short for relationship. It's a fan-created or supported romantic pairing between two characters from a TV show, book, movie, or even real life. A romantic ship. A fantasy. And what's happening nowadays, men are not living in fantasies. It's been exposed when men get married in the West. Understand what's happening to men. Men see everything that's happening and saying, I gotta make a wise decision. I think I gotta take my talents to South Beach, right? Oh, where LeBron James go to now? Philadelphia 76ers. I gotta take my talents. No, not Philly. Don't go to Philly. Don't go to South Beach either. Find a girl. I'm just making idioms, right? I'm just throwing idioms out there. Something familiar that you guys know to make it relatable. But man, I need to take my talents out the country. That's what's going on now.
Dating in 2026 because this is ghetto. And by ghetto, I mean like the conversation, everything, the vibes will be great for like a month, and then it's like blah. Like, is anyone dating to marry anymore? Like, I'm trying to date to marry, and it's so hard to find someone that just is a vibe. Everyone's like robotic and boring and does nothing, and what the hell? Because like,
I had to cut it off. Did she say it's hard to find somebody that's just a vibe? She's looking for vibes. She felt the guy was boring. What is marriage? Not a vibe. It's boring. I do these reactions for a reason. They tell on themselves. Just let them talk long enough. Watch, I'm sure she's going to tell on herself again.
Hang out, you know, first date, go out to a restaurant, but then after that, I can cook at my house all the time. I love cooking, I love hosting, I make good food, I make good drinks, watch a movie, play games, paint, draw, color, anything. Like, we can do anything, but like no one wants to do anything. Like, no one wants to put in the work effort, but they are like, oh, I want a forever partner. Well, you have to work for that. It doesn't just happen. And it's not, oh, let's go on a date and then just immediately like go back to your house or my house, because like, nah. So like, any success? Anyone having success? Anyone?
Well, it would be successful, more successful for you if you show the guy that you care. Seriously. Too many ladies are playing the nonchalant game like they're men. Men should be nonchalant. I repeat, especially in the community, men kind of have to be nonchalant. That's all you girls want. And they're being penalized for it. Oh, white better. They're saying, oh, I want to get married. Everybody plays the fool. Men aren't no more. The men in the community aren't. They're not playing a fool. So this video, it shows what was happening. The consequences didn't show up until years later. We're here now. You ladies are living in those consequences. So the reason why nobody wants y'all now, what are you showing? You said, oh, they're not showing me the energy, a vibe. How about you initiate as well? That's what the men are looking for. I keep initiating things. She wants a man. They want that old school up, playing everything yearn. Men aren't doing that. But I gotta tell you like this. Back in the day, there were always females that reciprocated. But who do they reciprocate for? Men they really want? I bet you if it was some fine 6'5" dude, they'd be going crazy. Sad, man. And men know this now.
And she told me that she has 3 children, but she prefers a man with no kids. And I straight up told her that's selfish. That's selfish because you already, she said she had 2 baby daddies. You already took 2 men down, took 2 out the game. Why should you get the man with no kids? Baby, leave somebody for us. Why we gotta take everybody? No, I don't care what y'all say. I don't care. I feel like the people with no kids should be reserved for the people with no kids. And y'all can say what y'all want to say. I'm really not trying to hear that. But you already had your shot. I'm sorry. You already had your shot. You made 2 men a baby dad. You should be going to go pick up somebody else's baby dad. I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't care.
And if we dating the same man, I don't give a damn. Don't come over here telling me. Listen, girls, save yourself some time, cause I don't give. Don't bring your ass over here.
With because I posted this video on my story. It is dramatic as I was only talking to him for 3 weeks and we went on 1 date. But after I posted that story, he was so annoyed with me. He basically told me that he doesn't do guy best friends with the girls that he's speaking to. And if he's pursuing someone, he just doesn't really respect the fact that I have a male in my life that I love real bad. Now, some of you may be as confused as me because this is literally my best friend of 6 years. He's like my brother at this point, and I would never even look at him a certain way. But this guy was serious, and he was not letting up on this boundary that he had placed. So the only thing I could do was respect it. I explained to him what the situation was, that it was not like that, but he wasn't hearing it, so he cut me off.
You know, I'm not going to lie. I see exactly where he's coming from. He saw a boundary. He set one and said, you know what? I don't think that this is going to go any further. They've been friends for 6 years. And it seems like there's 2 people already in this relationship and 3 is a crowd. Like, you're saying, I love him real bad. That's what chicks say about their man, that they love real bad. Why are you using relationship and romantic lingo with a platonic friend? Like, you're the one that's blurring the lines. Y'all look like a couple. It doesn't look like there's any room in your current relationship for him to fit. So he exited himself out. He's not wrong for that. We already know you're not cutting this man off for 6 years for a man you've only been on 3 dates with, and you shouldn't, but you're expecting him to overlook a lot. Y'all look like y'all already a couple. And let me also say this. A man can tell when another man is playing his position. This man looks like he may have been friend zoned. There are plenty of men out here who will be in a relationship with a woman for 10 whole years or more and actually think that their female friend could be their wife one day. You think I'm making it up?
I'm 48, perimenopausal and single, and I recently re-dipped my toe in the cesspit dating pool and rejoined Hinge. I'm 4 days in and I'm ready to delete. Now, can we just talk about, and please tell me if I'm being my normal, dramatic, angry perimenopausal self, or if I'm onto something. Can we talk about the rules of engagement? And what I mean by that is, so you're on the app and you're swiping, you find a rare find, it's a human that you think, okay, I like that person. You send them a like. They then match with you. Now, they've matched with me. They were clearly on the app and active, and yet we have no message. There's nothing. There's silence, a void. It's like men on there are wanting to play Snap, or it's like collecting Pokemon cards. Like, if you have no intentions of talking, why are you there? It's like I'm perplexed. I'm actually perplexed. Please tell me what.
I understand why she said that. When she said I'm perimenopausal, she's going through hell, and she wants a patient man, right? She needs a patient man, actually. She needs a man probably around her age that understands, until she gets to the point where she gets the younger guy where she's more balanced, that can handle her because she's more balanced. But right now, being perimenopausal, she needs that understanding man. And those men are gone. Those men are gone. Like, in the video I played yesterday, where the brother reacted and said, men hit their stride in their 40s. And that's when men get younger females, because that's who goes hand in hand. So what is that saying? You ladies should have been married younger and stayed with that man. I will say this. You know, you got your makeup on, you work out. Her name is Jim something. You look good, right? You do look good with your makeup on. But Your time is over. Sorry, I gotta say it.
It's too late. It's too late.
You still can find someone though. Hopefully you do.
A hot guy at a park, and people were upset that I didn't ask for his number and he didn't ask for mine. So people assumed or thought that the conversation wasn't worthwhile if you're not at least getting something out of it. And I believe that it does lead to a bigger conversation of people believing that an interaction isn't worthwhile if it's not transactional. Like, I'm not going to put myself out there and talk to this guy if I'm not going to get the data to back up that I got him, that it was successful. Or like, when I gave a compliment, there wasn't an intention after that. You know, he was interested in having a conversation, and I was interested in having a conversation. So we had one, and he left, and I stayed present while I was live on TikTok like that. You know, I think it brought up a lot of conversations, and also people were very upset with how expressive I was, because people, I don't think people meet animated, active listeners every day, and that just happens to be me when I'm speaking to someone that I'm interested in knowing more about. People had a lot of opinions, lots of lenses that are just not mine, but theirs. Yeah.
So at first glance, I would say, you know, normal female, right? If she's out and she says hello to a guy, gives him a compliment, you know, has a regular conversation, I would say, yeah, she would be right. But I said, wait a minute, Jay. You didn't investigate. And you already know, when somebody's talking like that, I had to do a crime scene investigation. It's time, right? So I went and checked the profile. I saw this. Flirting with life and men. Flirt like a pro. Linktree. I said, let me check that out, right? I saw a profile. The girl's in shape, by the way. So I looked at the Linktree. This is what I dug up. I did my investigation work, y'all, and I saw this. Flirting playbook guide. Like, okay, that's fine. Personal dating advice. Watch me flirt IRL. Testing my Riz on Jubilee. Then I said, whoa, wait a minute. So those people were right. You're supposed to be a girl that talks to guys. Flirting, you got the playbook guide. Also, you Riz people. Wait a minute. So those people had every right to say what they said about you. Yeah, they should have been saying, especially if you got a playbook, is that playbook free? Is, you know, like, you're selling it. So people are like, yeah, why didn't you show anything? You're supposed to be teaching. Like, say if I'm showing guys how to risk girls in the street, I'm teaching them. I got to be able to risk girls in the street. I can, but I would never do that. My wife would kill me. But let's continue on.
Pushing 30 rhetoric. I feel like after the age of 25, everyone is performing being old. And I don't think it's just a Gen Z thing. It's something that I've noticed for over a decade now. It's just that people make fun of you essentially for being alive. It's the strangest thing. I'm a part of the belief that if you're alive, that's a blessing. Every day that I get to wake up is a blessing, because not everyone made it out of infancy. Not everyone made it out of being a teenager. Not everyone got to live to be in their 30s or 40s. So why are we making fun of people for essentially still existing on this planet? It's the weirdest thing. I guess if you want to call it something, it's ageism. I really don't get it, because even I remember when I turned 26, people were like, oh, you're pushing 30. Actually, I'm pushing 27. Then I'll be pushing 28. And then, God willing, 29 and 30. You know, I really don't get it. And then to add to that point, I feel like people round up people's ages to make them seem older than they are. Like, someone could be 32 and they're like, oh, pushing 40. Is just like, actually, They have 8 more years until they hit their 40s. Do we tell a 17-year-old, oh, you're pushing 20? No, we don't.
Yeah.
So can we stop? Thanks.
You know, ah, man, I'm laughing because I didn't understand why people say that. And you'll understand why older people say that to younger people, especially, right? Or even some younger people, they get it. Why? People say that because life is like a blur. What do I mean? I remember things I did vividly when I was 17. Felt like yesterday. Felt like a long time ago, but still, it felt like yesterday, right? I remember when I turned 30, felt like yesterday. That's why, especially for females, that pushing 30 happens like that. How do I know I'm 45 now? Pushing 60. Somebody said that to me. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. Because it's going to come like that. And you have to handle life like that, especially as a female. Because what's happening, you ladies, you're just living willy-nilly. And you see this whole video was a showcase of that. Look at her lady. She's pushing 50. She was 48, perimenopausal. She stays in shape, though. I'm proud of her. She works out. I do the same thing, too. I work out to stay in shape because you need to, so I can live. So when people say that, don't get offended. Don't think ageism. It happens like that. So do whatever you can to stay young as long as possible. Seriously. Be young at heart. Be happy. And don't live life to the fullest. But when you taking care of yourself and doing what you need to do for your family, that's how you live life to the fullest. And a lot of times, that's what men are telling you, ladies. Get yourself a man before it's too late. But they don't want to hear me, though. But yeah, y'all, thank y'all for watching. Other than that, I'm going to keep hope alive for y'all. But I ain't got nothing left. That's why I did what I did. But thank y'all. See y'all. Peace out.